Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Fort Myers. Here at UUCFM, we're open to everyone regardless of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, or spiritual path. Know that you are welcome here, however and whoever you are. We invite everyone to celebrate with us the mystery of what life is in each moment. My name is Andy Solis, and I'm honored to be here to support the community's worship this morning with our minister, Reverend Arthur Jones III. Also celebrating with us today is our guest pianist, Marge Gonzalez. Our growing choir whose voices lift us up. And today, a special thank you to Robert Bidney, I hope I said his name correctly, who will be playing before and during the offering. Robert is a well-known singer and songwriter who has won numerous awards for his work, so thank you for being here today. And last but not least, thank you to our great tech team back in the booth who makes this hybrid service happen. If you're new to UUCFM, please complete a connection card at the welcome table in the narthex, which is a fancy word for the area that you walk in as you walk in. If you're attending by Zoom, please keep your microphones muted and refrain from posting anything in the chat unless prompted to do so. So now let's start our service as a united, loving community, a community that, as the Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh would say, it flows like a river with no separation.
I'm Reverend Arthur Jones III, minister here at UUCFM. Grand Rising, greetings, and peace be with you. I am very pleased to be serving alongside my friend, Andy Solis, this morning. Thank you, Zen Master Andy. We confirm and affirm August as National Wellness Month, as well as National Back to School Month. I gently but firmly ask each and every one of you over the next week to please invite one person to attend UUCFM. One person, not 5, not 10. Ask them to attend in person just once. Ask him or her to either meet you here or offer to bring them here with you. And if you do bring somebody, give me their name before worship service begins, and I will personally thank them from this pulpit. Thank you for your time and participation in this effort. If you are physically present today, welcome home. If you are virtually present today, welcome home. Whichever the case may be, welcome home. Welcome to UUCFM, where everybody is somebody very, very special. Anybody is welcomed, and nobody is ever forgotten or ignored. Having said that, it's time once more for the passing of the peace. So look to your left, look to your right, find your neighbor, shake a hand, give a high five, bear hug somebody, show your love, make a new friend, warmly greet an old friend. You have 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Go forth and congregate. Go.
Hi. This is the brief moment I was speaking of earlier in the chat. Hi, Nancy. Nice to see you. Actually see. And we have Patty, David, Ingrid, Lan, or Sue, Ian, Margie.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, Ian. I think you might actually have to unmute by pushing your little red microphone in order to be able to be audible. Hi,
Yeah,
David.
good morning, Kat. How are you?
How am I? I have I'm having an increase in all my progressive conditions. I'm not thrilled about that, but otherwise fine, I guess.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Patty.
Yeah. And I think Bev, I don't know if you want to unmute, but Bev is Rob's wife, and Rob's going to play for us later this morning. They're friends of mine.
Oh, I wondered who Bev was.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to hearing Rob sing this morning.
That'll be lovely. Thanks, Patty, for introducing them.
Yes. Yeah.
I think Margie's here too, but at this point she's kind of a blank square of fog. I've lived places where that was the view out the living room window.
Well, I can see the Minneapolis skyline out my window.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day in Minnesota here. It's about 70 degrees, sunny. It's gorgeous.
Sounds pleasant.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm in the room that I'm in because my air conditioning doesn't make it to the other side of the house. This is theoretically my library, but you can see the bookshelf behind me is one of those where I'm reorganizing books and doesn't have any books on it at the moment. So it's either going to be poetry or myth, legend, and other theologies. I don't know.
My books tend to stay where I put them. They don't.
As in on the arm of the chair, whatever, that kind of stay where you put them.
No, I organize them on a bookshelf and then they just stay there. I don't reorganize them after they land.
Well, I have so many that I have to shift them around. Well enough that I can at least find the ones I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Let's see, I can probably flip this a
Oh
little.
my goodness gracious.
That's the other wall. It's not done yet either, but yeah. So some are in stacks like Black History and I ran out of room for psychology. I ran out of room for LGBTQ.
Mhm.
And if I put all the poetry in here, I'll run out of room for poetry, but most of it's in the bedroom by my bed,
Mhm.
in the poetry pile. Hi, Lucy. If you unmute, you can speak. And Linda, too. I think we might have a minute left. And I think Suzanne is here too. Or was briefly. Oh, I see you, Suzanne.
There's
Suzanne,
Suzanne.
unmute and we can hear you. Push your red mic. This is the passing of the peace time for a minute or two longer.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to sit down.
Yeah, I think so.
So now, please rise in body and spirit as we light the chalice. In community, we offer the light of this chalice to all beings throughout space and time. The light of the chalice represents the community's collective energy of love and commitment to a spiritual path grounded in justice, equity, interdependence, transformation, pluralism, and generosity. May the light of this community dispel the darkness of hatred, anger, and discrimination. May the community's flame illuminate the path of understanding, love, and compassionate action. May its warmth reduce our individual suffering and the suffering of all beings. So now please join me in reciting our covenant. Love is the spirit of this congregation and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth and love, to help one another.
Time for a story for all ages. And today's episode is entitled Sony, Son of the Cien. Sony, Son of the Cien. Sony Miro had always believed that Paris itself breathed culture into a man. In the 1950s, the City of Lights glowed with jazz cafes, corner bakeries, and the hum of ambition. At 30-something, married and rising in the import business, Sony felt proud of the life he had built with his wife, Elise. Yet success had begun whispering temptations, shortcuts, favors, and deals that asked him to bend his integrity just enough to seem harmless. One autumn afternoon, a wealthy client invited Sony to a private meeting near Montmartre. The offer was simple: sign off on a shipment with falsified origins, and in return receive a generous bonus. The client spoke of opportunity, of how everyone does it, of how culture was flexible and identity negotiable. Sony felt the weight of the moment pressing against his ribs. Walking home along the Seine, he passed a group of children practicing traditional Breton dances. Their teacher explained how each step preserved a piece of who they are. Sony watched, struck by the purity of it. Culture not as decoration, but as truth carried forward. That night, he told Elise everything. His wife listened, then reminded him of the values his father had taught him. Integrity is the only inheritance that cannot be stolen. Sony returned to the client the next morning and declined his offer, knowing it might cost him. It did indeed cost him, but Sony kept his name, his pride, and the quiet certainty that he belonged to something honest. Here's the moral: integrity protects identity, and culture thrives only when we choose what is right over what is easy. Thank you for your time and attention. Is it time for centering? All right, it's time for centering. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to go into our centering. And if you're unaware, centering is when we take ourselves out of our normal routines, our day-to-day busyness, and just breathe. We take a few minutes out to just be still. As we prepare, please close your eyes if you wish. Take deep, healing breaths, imagining that you are inhaling positivity and love and exhaling negativity and strife. Try for now to clear your mind. Focus on my voice even as you focus on being still. Let there be silence. Get comfortable. Allow your body to relax. And continue taking deep, healing breaths. And as you exhale, feel yourself arriving in this moment. There was nowhere else you have to be, and nothing else you have to do. Next, you will hear 2 minutes of a guided meditation, a broadcast vibrating at 133 hertz and layered with deep Buddhist chants channeled by orally. I think it's pretty cool. I hope you'll agree with me in that assessment. A brief period of Om Mani Padme chants begins now.
Om Mani Padme Hum
The chanting of sacred sounds is an ancient practice. We can feel the vibrations, right? We can feel them kind of entering in our ears and vibrating within us. And it's a great practice of just being present to sound. And maybe it doesn't need to even be Om Mani Padme Hum, it could be any music. If we are just listening and being present to it, letting go of liking or disliking it, depending on what the music is. But it's a wonderful practice. So thank you, Reverend, for playing that today. So now is the time during our service that we set our collective intentions. It's a practice of making the intangible tangible, a time in which we memorialize our intentions together as a community of people walking a spiritual path that's grounded in love and in community. So if you have a stone, I invite you to hold that stone close to your heart as a symbol of your compassionate intentions. If you don't have a stone, you can pick one up here in the chancel next to the candles. And online, if you wish, you can enter your joys and sorrows in the chat box. And I'd like to place the first stone for all of those people suffering from the recent earthquakes in Venezuela and Colombia. May they find shelter, food, and safety. May all beings be free of suffering. And may we all learn to see each other with the eyes of compassion and love. So please, come forward and let's together set our intentions.
For the final stone, I am placing this with love and warm thoughts and respect and gratitude for the members of our armed forces who are on the USS Abraham Lincoln, who lack the basic supplies that they need to do their jobs, who have not been off that ship in over 200 days, who miss their families and their loved ones and their friends with no end in sight. We thank them for their service and we honor them. Fun fact about your minister, yours truly. We are all called different names by different people under different conditions or different circumstances. In my childhood home, I was not called Arthur, my first name, by my parents. I was called Bumpy, B-U-M-P-Y. That was what my parents called me then, and what they call me to this very day. Bumpy is what my older brother and younger sister called me as a kid, and what they both called me to this day. That is what both sets of my grandparents called me right up until this life ended for them and they rejoined the ancestors. Bumpy is what my first cousins on my mother's side and my father's side called me then and now. My beloved nephews, Frederick Garland and Wyndham, both graduate school students, my sister's sons, call me Uncle Bumpy. Having shared all of that with you, please don't call me Bumpy. If you do, I will not answer. My nickname is a marker. Anyone calling me that has known me for years, for decades, for generations. Essentially, a person calling me Bumpy has known me either my whole life or their whole life. Bumpy is a name that instantly reminds me of a wonderful childhood, a period of comfort and safety and joy. It recalls a simpler time before the internet, before cellular phones, before social media, even before cable TV. If I had it to do over again, I wouldn't change one thing. I would want the same parents, the same siblings, the same grandparents, the same lived experiences in the same hometown. My life prior to my 18th birthday wasn't perfect, but it was pretty doggone close. I am a champion, raised by champions. I thrive in environments where unity, integrity, and diversity exist in abundance. My childhood, at least in my not so humble opinion, was as close as one can get to a utopia. I say that out of confidence, not conceit. The word utopia is defined as an imaginary place or state of things in which everything is perfect. That word was first used in the book Utopia, written back in 1516 by Sir Thomas More. Human beings are inherently imperfect. That is the way the divine created us. The spirit of life is all good, all powerful, and all knowing, and utterly incapable of ever making a mistake. So you can rest assured that there's a very good reason why we are imperfect creatures. In the ancient world, life's essentials such as food, water, shelter, clothing, and the like were all held in common by the leaders of a community. The haves came together and worked together to provide for the have-nots, specifically widows and children and the poor. Things, of course, have changed here in the postmodern world. This beautiful blue and green marble upon which we live has all of the many ingredients necessary to be very close to a utopia, or utopia adjacent, if you will. Within a utopia, there would be one people, one gigantic community on one accord. Such a unified structure would require that everyone be of one mind, with one mission, moving forward in a single direction. To be clear, this model is not socialism. It is not communism. It is not cooperative living or any of the other governmental terms that people weaponize and throw around randomly with little to no understanding of what those terms actually mean. The spiritual meaning of utopia is defined as the pursuit of inner peace, divine harmony, and enlightenment, rather than a physical society geared towards perfection. Walk with me on this for a moment. Suspend your disbelief. If we mutually agree that earlier civilizations, systems, norms, and laws in many countries and regions somehow managed to establish and maintain meaningful communities within which all members therein were fed, clothed, spiritually nurtured, loved, respected, seen, and heard, a few burning questions quickly emerge. How? How were they able to do this outlandish yet outstanding thing? Where? Where did this incredible model of divine and redemptive love through stewardship and discipleship go? When? When do we as human beings dare or care to restore some variation of this utopian vision? As for the answer to those questions, I suspect they are all based in these three formations: identity, culture, and vision. Those are the three ways in which we love and learn and lean upon each other. To that end, this morning's sermon is entitled, All Essential Things Held in Common. Please allow me to discuss two higher points. First point, who are we? And what do we stand for? What is our identity? According to the Oxford Language Dictionary, identity is defined to mean the fact of being who or what a person or thing is. That's a short and sweet definition. Within any institution, school, corporation, nation, business, organization, group, community, church, or congregation, there are peaks and valleys, triumphs and tragedies, good days and bad days, drama, tensions, schisms, crisis points. All these things are organic to any collective group that has existed for any reasonable amount of time. But in times of trouble, through traumatic events like death, divorce, financial improprieties, infidelity, power struggles, etc., how did that collective group move past those times of trouble? Was deep healing work involved? One cannot treat a gunshot wound with a Band-Aid. Identity is a living, breathing thing, and everything affects identity. Be it positive or negative, there are reasons why things are seen, heard, and felt the ways they are seen, heard, and felt. There are reasons why our laws, our bylaws, and even our covenant are followed by everybody, some bodies, and or nobody. It all points back to identity. Your identity is the culmination of your community's past history, enshrined as the compass for your community's future, with the present serving as the bridge between what has been and what will be. Your identity is your culture. Your culture is your identity. Vision is how you justify who you are, what you do, what you believe, and how you move in relation to the world around you. Unitarians are a peculiar people. I don't mean peculiar in terms of how we dress, what we eat, or which sports teams we cheer for. I mean peculiar from the standpoint of we are the children of the divine. That is who we are. Wherever we go and whatever we do or say, we are supposed to be almost immediately recognized by and for our capacity to genuinely love, to radically welcome, and to faithfully serve the greatest good. Those traits are every bit as vital to our well-being as the air we breathe. We have an identity. Identity is defined by a few basic but existential questions. Individually, those questions would be, who am I? Where am I from? What do I believe in? What do I stand for? Collectively, those questions would be, who are we? Where are we from? What do we believe in? What do we stand for? Since we know who we are and we know where we're from, how do we align ourselves in such a way as to be of one heart and one soul? How do we relinquish our personal visions in lieu of our one unified mission? Let me speak plainly. Hospice volunteers are amazing. They do so much for hospice patients and their loved ones. However, hospice volunteers do not make policy. And hospice volunteers do not run hospice facilities. Do you think every member of a musical band has a vision? Show me a band within which that is the case, and I'll show you a band destined to break up. The same is true for a congregation or a church. While everyone is fully entitled to their own opinions, every leader cannot have a vision or even an agenda. A vision is shared. A vision is collaborative. A congregation touches and agrees in advance to faithfully follow a vision. A congregation cannot follow multiple visions. Doing so would get any congregation lost. Attempting to do so would render any congregation blind. Because if leaders and office holders with their individual visions and agendas do not collaborate, do not communicate, and cannot compromise, then all there would be in the end is mass confusion and unorganized chaos. UUCFM has one mission, which is the advancement of this congregation into the future while ensuring the loving care and spiritual wellness of its congregants. One people, one community, on one accord, with one shared vision. If we are serious about constructing a UUCFM that will last, we must decide together that some things must perish. To achieve the beloved and sustainable community we desire for ourselves and each other, our covenant must be strictly followed by everybody without exception. All must be welcome. All must be free. All must be universally recognized as equal to everyone else. Only then can love reign. Only then can unity and ministry peacefully coexist. Members of UUCFM should strive to serve our community and our world by living lives of peace, purpose, and power used for the greatest good of all. That is our identity. We already have a shared collective vision, the original one established by UUCFM's founders. Remember them? No individual has the authority or the right to replace their vision for something else. That brings me to my second and final point. What is culture? Why does culture matter? How does it apply to us? According to the Oxford Language Dictionary, culture has two primary definitions. One, the manifestations of human intellectual achievement regarded collectively, and two, the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group. In other words, an organization or a congregation has a culture, a standard operating procedure, an accepted set of rules, a commonly understood language and methodology. That sounds very much like a covenant to me. Collectively and individually, you are your culture. Your culture is only as strong as the community demands and only as weak as the community allows. Since our culture cannot be perfect, it will either be mostly good or mostly bad. Culture is akin to marriage. It takes work and investment and dedication all day, every day, in order for it to be the best it can possibly be. There are no shortcuts and no margin for coasting on reputation. By default, if your culture isn't getting better each and every day, it is actually getting worse each and every day. Consider this. You have a next door neighbor, a certified public accountant named Barney. Barney's great. Cool, funny, easy to talk to, helpful, super smart, even spiritual. But if you needed brain surgery, would you trust Barney to perform that surgery on you? No, you would not, because culture would immediately assert that Barney's a CPA, not a surgeon. If your spouse needed their appendix taken out, would you let your neighbor Barney operate? No, because culture will inform you that Barney is not qualified for that. In my nearly 20 years of church leadership and pastoral experience, every church I've ever led or co-led has grown. Every single one. But despite my qualifications, a couple of people doubt that. Fool me once. Word around the campfire is that I don't keep office hours. In reality, I'm here every day. And frequently on Fridays when the office is closed. The people saying otherwise know it's not true because they routinely see me here in my office. In fact, they spend the most time with me in person on weekdays and on Sundays. This is a clear indication of improper culture. How can we be reunified in 2036 if we're not unified in 2026? Fool me twice. There are more burning social justice issues than UUCFM can possibly respond to, more than I can possibly respond to. But instead, we have internal bickering over the centering of this podium on this stage. Seriously? Time is precious, and we don't have time for such distractions. Fool me thrice. I was hired to revitalize UUCFM, not to funeralize UUCFM. I'm here to make sure we thrive, not just survive. The way I see it, y'all can let me cook, or y'all can let me cook. And I'm an excellent cook, by the way. How about you? What are you doing for the culture? Are you fighting for what is right, or are you just fighting? Are you doing things here the divine way or your own way? Identity, culture, vision, past, present, future, common sense, logic, truth. All of these things should be held in common as well, because without them, UUCFM cannot be the shining beacon of genuine love, radical hospitality, and organic welcoming it intends to be. The warm light of diversity and positivity must first shine upon UUCFM's congregants, its leaders, its choir members, its tech team, and its minister, before that light can shine on anyone else beyond this campus. In order to serve people beyond our community, we must know ourselves and each other. We must respect ourselves and each other, love ourselves and each other. I am a champion. I was raised to be a champion through a lineage of champions. Despite that, I struggle mightily in spaces and places where unity, integrity, and unity are talked about, but not actively lived out. Folks, the common good is common. On a team, academic or athletic, there are players, all with a role to play. All players have a position. Players don't lead themselves, they are led. Players don't teach themselves, they are taught. Every team has a head coach. That coach calls the plays. That coach teaches. That coach leads. I'm the coach here. 20 years of schisms and splits without deep, comprehensive healing is why UUCFM has a culture problem. That's why UUCFM has an identity problem. And in order to solve a problem, you begin by admitting that there is a problem. We have some situations and some systems here that need to be re-examined. To use automotive terms, our culture needs some primer and a fresh coat of paint. Our identity needs a tune-up, an oil change, and quite possibly a tire rotation. The sooner we make these repairs, the better. In conclusion, the takeaway of today's sermon is to convey this prevailing sentiment. Perhaps the pursuit of unity instead of utopia is the best way for Unitarianism in general, and for UUCFM in particular, to have everything held in common. Once we get unified, we won't be fooled again.
The world is a mess, out of control, I must confess. What can I do? I could choose to be sad and blue, or I could look at the good things that I've got. Look at who I am and who I'm not, and go for the gratitude, keep a positive attitude, and sing every day is a celebration. I can laugh and I can cry. celebration as the sun begins to rise. Every day is a celebration. I'm alive. I'm alive. You see, I got love in my life, staring me right here in the face. A beautiful sight, something that I could never replace. A journey of love that has no bounds. A lover who keeps me on the ground. Yeah, the world, it may be a mess, but my life is oh so blessed. 'Cause every day is a celebration. I can laugh and I can cry. Every day is a confirmation I'm alive. Through the pleasure and the hurts, for the better, for the worse, through the thick and through the thin, I can sing it, sing it, sing it again and again. Every day is a celebration. I can laugh and I can cry. Every day is a confirmation I'm alive. Is a revelation as the sun begins to rise. Every day is a celebration I'm alive.
Thank you so much. Since the beginning of humanity's search for truth, spiritual communities have been supported by their members. One of the great perfections in the Buddhist teachings is called dana paramita. It's the perfection of generosity, of being generous. As a practice, generosity is not only supporting good causes, but most importantly, a way to develop a generous heart, to generate the energy and the feelings that being generous creates. It's also a way to express gratitude, which is also good for the heart. So if you love this community, I invite you to support the work of our congregation. What are you grateful for? The incredible music, the programming, the social justice, the coffee potlucks, so many things that are offered here at UUCFM. So please practice generosity for UUCFM and for yourself. And every month we also practice generosity for a local community organization that shares our values. And this month's cash community sharing partner is Reset. And a lot of you are familiar with Reset. It's an organization that is striving to restore Earth as our sacred ecological trust through its programs and offerings. Also, our non-cash sharing partner this month is the Gulf Coast Humane Society, which is a nonprofit 501c3 dedicated to serving animals in Lee County. So please, as the offering is made, please be generous. I think Robert's.
It's all about the love. It's all about the love. When pushing come to shoving, you can rise above it. It's all about the love. I'm not a preacher, I've never been a teacher. I just want to send a message out I hope will reach you. It's a solution that makes your contribution. Way to make the world a better place, a revolution. Nothing new, just a different point of view. We've got to change the way it's done, me and you. Well, take it higher, sing it with the choir. See it, feel it, touch it, hear it, sing. It's all about the love. It's all about the love. When pushing come to shove it, you can rise above. It's all about the love. That's right. Need some embracing, spilled up a casing. Haters are creators of the violence we are facing. You gotta stand tall, taking up a hand, y'all. No more wishing, it's a mission. Take command, y'all, and reconcile. Go the extra mile. Figure out a better route and leave it with a smile. It's the right thing. Shining brighter light brings harmony and happiness. Everybody sing with me. Here we go. It's all about the love. When pushing come to shove, you can rise above. It's all about the love. Now every scripture paints a picture, teaching us that we should love one another. Yeah, every father and every mother. Well, come on, sister, sing it with me, brother. Yeah, here we go. It's all about the love. When pushing come to shove, you can rise above. It's all about the love. It's all about the love, yeah. When pushing come to shove, you can rise above. It's all about the love. It's all about the love. It's all about the love. That's right. It's all about the love.
Thank you. Thank you, Patty.
Might have to become our theme song. Thank you, Robert, so much for your offering today. And now please rise so we can express our gratitude for the offering. And we can say together, by the work of our hands and the work of our hearts, our love is made real. May we be grateful for all that is given and grateful for all that is shared. And now as we extinguish our chalice, we say together, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
For the lovers forever, over
Before I go into our closing words, I would just like to take a second out to acknowledge a couple of people who are here. Katarina is here, and her husband Nate. They joined us before Katarina was called away from here to move to Michigan to serve at a aquarium, yes? So they're visiting friends and family, and they made it their business to be here with us. So please, let us give them a warm round of applause as well. It is so good to see you. And once a member, always a member. Lastly, let me recognize Marja is here. Marja has not been attending for a bit. After an extended absence, she is here today. We are thrilled to see her. Marja, welcome back. We're always grateful to see new faces, and so if you are visiting with us, or this is your second or third or fourth time with us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to see you. Closing words. Omnipresent Spirit of love, strengthen each and every one of us mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Grant us all the wisdom to grow up, to show up, and to the ability to glow up. Help us to love our family members, love our friends, love our neighbors, love total strangers, love our enemies, and love ourselves. As always, keep us focused on fighting the good fight instead of just fighting. We humbly ask these things of you. Blessed be.
Thank you again for joining us today. Thank you, Robert, again, for the wonderful music, Marge, the choir, everyone. For those of you in here in person, please join us at Hobart Hall for coffee. If you're new to UCFM, please grab a yellow coffee mug and people will just come and talk to you. It's fantastic. There's going to be a social justice table in Hobart Hall. Please visit that for social justice information. And there's also, we have our free to read library, which is over by the administration offices. So again, as we close our service today, I'd just like to say, be present, be kind, and be well. And we'll see you next week.